This is David.
And this is Björn, and we're from SOILWORK, and you're watching ArmyOfOneTV. And we're currently at the Gramercy Theatre in New York City on the We Sold Our Souls for Metal tour with Soulfly and Shattered Sun. Yeah, I don't know, it might seem a little bit more hectic than it really is in real life, so to speak. I mean, not saying that we haven't been busy. I mean, we did release a double album in 2013, and we did some touring for that one for sure, but not half as much as we should have done. We ran into some troubles with management issues and stuff like that, and we kind of felt that you know what, let's just try to focus on a new album instead, and that whole touring cycle ended up with us recording a show in Helsinki for a DVD, and it's our first DVD, Live in the Heart of Helsinki, that was released. But it was just, it was a part of the actual tour, and we performed a lot of songs, but once that was done, it was really up to the director. We just played the show, and I mean, it turned out really cool, so we're really proud of it. And the actual EP was basically leftover songs from the recording sessions of The Living Infinite that was released as well. So we actually had some downtime, believe it or not. But meanwhile, all of that was happening, we started working on a new album that shaped up to be the Ride Majestic. And here we are, it's released, and I guess it's been a month?
Yeah, more than a month.
More than a month,
month and a half. Late August, so it's getting old. We need to do a new one soon.
Yeah, I know, it's getting real old. But we're happy. We're happy campers.
I mean, so far it's been really good. I think we managed to convert a few Soulfly fans all the way, and we obviously see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd, like that we know are SOILWORK fans, and but we're playing lots of the new stuff in the set list, and they seem to be pretty good live songs as well. People are clapping along and singing along, and everyone's happy.
Well, I think we already knew that it was going to be a pretty melancholic album, and would have sort of like a melancholic atmosphere running through the whole album, because I think recording The Living Infinite, I think we rediscovered ourselves as songwriters, and I think we wanted to capture kind of like the darker atmosphere of that album and develop that. And then we went through some really rough stuff on a personal level. We there was 4 deaths within our families during the recording, and I think that really affected our approach to the actual recording and made it all more real, because already as it was going to deal with a lot of existential questions, like lyrically, and had that darker feel to it, and when that happened, it kind of, it was a really close encounter with death. It happened very close to us, so I think it also put a spin on the whole thing, on the album. And I know for a fact that, even though most of my lyrics were done, I think it really affected me as a singer going in and recording my vocals, and it was rough, it really was, and the recording dragged out, and which is understandable in the end, but once it was done, it was felt like a big celebration and a tribute to those we've lost.
The tour is called the Tour Majestic Europe Extravaganza.
Extravaganza, yeah.
Domination
2000. Yeah, I mean, it's going to basically be a headline tour, and we have our old friends from Hatesphere being direct support, and we also have a French band called Tank who's going to do most of the dates, I guess, and so that'll be exciting. We're going to do a lot of shows in France that we haven't done. I mean, a lot of cities that we haven't done before. It's mostly Paris and maybe where else do we play in France?
It's a bunch of quite small cities, but it's going to be interesting. We're going to enjoy the local cuisine and
the wines. Maybe?
Yeah, it's going to be a gourmet tour. No, and not really. Like you just come here and you drop off the bus, and then you're having interviews and sound checks and
that's about it.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'd love to see more in New York. I've been here like lots of times.
But that was really the only time I've seen New York, because we had a couple of days and we did like sightseeing with the fans as well, which was really nice. David just showed me a new riff or a new melody for a new album just 10 minutes ago, so I got really excited about that. So, but I think it's going to take a while before we enter a studio again. But then, I mean, we have Australia, Japan. We're going to do in the spring. And I'm sure we're going to do just about every festival in Europe next summer, and we would like to come back to North America as well. So we have some work to do before we will enter a studio again. But it sounds promising.
Yeah, I think we'll right now we're very much a songwriting band again, and we're like really focused on creating new music. Because personally, I think that we're doing some great stuff right now. It would be a shame to not continue pursuing that and keep evolving as a band, and we're going to get even more Scandinavian, even more epic.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We're here in the basement in New York, and we'll be back for sure. We just received our working visas right before this tour, so we would like to make it worthwhile and come back real soon and do a headline tour and play a longer set as well. So yeah, stay tuned, I guess.
And check out the new album.
Yes, please do.